commissars and fighters. Now we call upon the CEO to come and give us a message, not necessarily your response, just your special message. You will respond in 7 days.
EFF, we received your memo. I will consider it and I will come back to you. Thank you.
All South Africans, we are not going to listen to a nonsense that says the Sputnik has got certain things to meet before it gets approved. There is an emergency use application which was made months ago. Still, Sahpra did not approve it. It is clearly an agenda beyond their mandate, which their mandate is very clear: to regulate, not to get involved in businesses of pharmaceutical companies and politicians. We know the relationship of Cyril Ramaphosa and Aspen. Some of the Aspen people donated money to CR17. That's why J&J is now aligned with Aspen, and a husband of the chairperson of Sahpra is part of Aspen. So when they block other vaccines, this Sahpra, they give advantage to J&J. We want them to answer one question. What is it that is extremely wrong with Sputnik and Sinovac, which is not found in J&J? Because J&J has been having problems one after another. What is worse than AstraZeneca that came here with expired date, that came here with 20% efficiency? Here we've got 2 vaccines, now 3. We accept the argument that Cuba did not apply. Therefore, we can't blame you for that. Here we've got 2 that has applied, and the efficiency is more than 90%. You still don't approve them, even for emergency use. Then apply other processes with the normal application when it comes to reviewing those vaccines. If Aspen can collapse and come back, it causes blood clots, stop it, let's investigate, it come back, no, it's not causing. It has got contamination, let's throw 2 million away and then it must still produce again. You can see that this is no longer science. It's a transaction between pharmaceuticals and politicians. And we can't say Sahpra is being used. The Sahpra people stand to benefit out of these corrupt shenanigans that are going on. Let me tell you the immediate benefit these people are going to get now. The CEO hired bodyguards here. Bodyguards, white men here with the rest in beautiful suits and earpieces here. You know how much these people cost a day? To come and meet her own black brothers and sisters. She comes to us here with bodyguards. Why? Someone got a tender. Out of this problem, they are going to eat immediately from now, from bodyguards. What a shame that black people, to meet other black people, they need white bodyguard and some fat bodyguard who can't even run if we start attacking them now. Because they can't do anything. These bodyguards bodyguards are the most useless people. If we issue an instruction now and say attack, they won't do anything, this bodyguard. They are going to run for their lives. And you hire them for one. When there is a peaceful march, every time these institutions of our state, every time there is something, the question is, how do we eat out of this? The EFF is coming to us. There is a threat. Someone got an SMS. They send each other SMSs threatening each other. Let's hire a company. And then they hire a company. It's not even black owned. If you go and follow it, it's some white racist company that gets money out of the march of the EFF. And then you say people are not corrupt. The highest corruption committed during a march, daylight, hiring of bodyguards in a peaceful march where they are policemen in uniform to secure all of us, including the CEO of Sahpra. She still goes beyond the police to hire bodyguards, passing a motion of no confidence on their own policemen, that you are not enough. We require the company of a white man to secure a black CEO against black people who are marching to secure life. What type of nonsense is this? It is not true corruption. Corruption continues and happens in front of cameras, in front of the whole nation. People are stealing money daily. We are here not to do anything. We are here to ask for vaccine. When we bring violence, we can't write a letter. You'll just see us at the doorstep. Why do you send a letter when you are going to fight? Why would you sit with police to plan the roads if you are going to fight? Pure thuggery, pure stealing. And they steal even from a pandemic. Our people are dying. PPE's money are being stolen. Vaccine is not being provided. The hospitals don't have bed. We have lost one hospital west. For them to renovate that hospital is not an emergency. It must be a tender that must be given to a friend of the Premier of Gauteng. If it's not going to a friend of the Premier of Gauteng, that hospital will never be renovated. They can't do anything for as long as they don't stand to benefit from it. So maybe they don't have contact with the Russians. Maybe Zuma left with the Russians and they can't eat from Sputnik. This is how they run this country. They prioritize. They are eating more than the lives of our people. We came here very peaceful. We will announce after 7 days. If Helen Rees has not resigned, we are going to a house. Not here. We are going to a house. We are going to do a sit-in at Helen Rees' house. We will sleep there day and night until she resigns as the chairperson of Sahpra. We are not talking because we are not going to allow lovey-dovey and pillow talk on vaccine. We need boardroom talk. We need scientific talk on vaccine. This pillow talk comes to an end now. We want vaccine now, and we want her to go because she has become a stumbling block towards approving other vaccines for the benefit of her husband and those who are eating with her husband. Let's release the CR17 documents and see if the Aspen people have not donated money in the CR17 and why J&J is given preference. The courts are withholding that CR17 case. We argued it, we finished it. It's now more than 3 months. They are not announcing the decision of the court. I'm telling you now, we are going to find friends of J&J in the CR17 documents. That's why you think whites are fools. They can't donate $1 billion to a politician and don't expect anything in return. Cyril Ramaphosa is not Jesus Christ. He's black like me. He will never be given money by whites without expecting anything in return. They've put $1 billion. They want 10 billion out of that 1 billion. That's why they want to take SAA. That's why they want to take ESCOM. That's why they captured Sahpra, to make their money back and their profit. We are not part of that agenda. Our agenda is simple. Give our people vaccine. We want to open the economy. We want the artists to perform and make money. We want those women who are cleaners in the stadiums where there are gatherings to go back there and clean and make money for their children. We want those mamas who are selling at the stadiums to go back and sell at the stadiums and make money for their children. We want those security guards to go back to the events and protect those events and make money for their families. Lockdown is not a solution. Level 4, level 5, level 20, we don't care. We are no longer going to entertain any lockdown. If Cyril Ramaphosa announces lockdown level 5, in the EFF we continue business as usual. We are not going to comply to that nonsense. We want a lockdown with a plan. We want a lockdown that says we are going to close for 7 days to prepare vaccination stations. We have approved more vaccine. We've got 15 million in the country. We've got 30 on such a date. When we open, we take you straight to vaccination stations. Anything that speaks Ranko, we are not going to entertain. Anything that looks like Ramaphosa's nose is not part of our business. Lockdown looks like Ramaphosa's nose is not part of our business. We are not going to entertain lockdown. Lockdown, put a plan. Lockdown and say we have now approved Sputnik. They are giving us 15 million. Lockdown and say we have now approved Sinovac. They are giving us 15 million. Now we have approved the Cuban vaccine. They are giving us 10 million. On such a date, when we open, we are going to line up and get vaccinated. That is the only language we are going to listen to. We are serious about this COVID-19. We are not playing. We put 15 million rands into fighting COVID-19. We are the only political party that put 15 million into this nonsense. So we need vaccine. Where's the vaccine jama America? We are not in business with America, but you can bring it and give it to those who want it. We are not subjects of Bill Gates. We have not eaten Bill Gates money. If Sahpra and Ramaphosa and Vet University ate Bill Gates money, you will vomit it. We are not part of those things. We were not there. Don't involve us. Give us vaccine and we want it now. This event of ours is not a super spreader. The super spreader is Pick n Pay. The super spreader is ShopRite. The super spreader is all the mines that send our people underground, where there is no ventilation. The super spreader is the schools where our children are still going in their numbers and they are sick, and this government is not prepared to intervene decisively. How can we be a super spreader? All of us here, are compliant. We can't even hear our beautiful songs. We sing inside mask. We can't hear. Complying with this nonsense. There is no compliance in the minds. There is no mask underground. How can you wear a mask underground where there is no ventilation? There you want every little oxygen you can get. Why would they wear a mask? Our people are underground. No one is saying that is a super spreader. You are irresponsible. Why? Because it is capital. It is white monopoly capital that controls all these things. Level 3, level 3. These malls are full. There is no mall where people are not there in their numbers. It's not a super spreader. It's a super spreader EFF event. Why? Because you don't want anyone to tell the truth. You want to silence the truth. You want to use lockdown to stifle political activity in South Africa. Ramaphosa is using coronavirus for political dictatorship. But in us, he has made his match. This weekend, all those who are going to regional conferences of the EFF were proceeding. Everything of the EFF is proceeding. Level 5 EFF offices will be open. Level 5 will be on the streets. As the EFF doing our political work, we require no instruction from a man with no plan. A man in power without knowing how to use power. We have supported him to fight this coronavirus for too long. Now it has to come to an end. Lockdown does not mean permanent lockdown. Lockdown in preparation. They lock us down, they don't prepare anything. When we come back, there is another super spreader. Already, they are talking about the level 4. That they are taking us to level 4 because there is a possible 4th wave. As we speak now, we are talking 4th wave. We are already struggling with the 3rd wave. Already, they are saying 4th wave. Every wave, lockdown. Every wave, lockdown. No plan. So, comrades, this is not a waste of time march. This is part of a rolling mass action that we are going to engage in until there is enough vaccine in South Africa. We will never rest until our people are vaccinated. So, comrades, we came here peacefully. We want to thank you for your discipline, and we want to thank police for their cooperation. Raleluela lena or bale thabele di injection. Ska gra raleluela mo le re kitimisha ga di rapa bullet. Raleluela le bana ba lena le ma teacher le bale ba di taxi driver di kreye, because you are frontline workers. You must be vaccinated. Lena ibile le wes le ka tsware motho ka Holy Spirit tshwanjele mo tshare ya le mo tshwara le tsebo rona le corona or ana corona, and you are not vaccinated. This one to ba le betha martial drilling no le saluta EFF or mero go lo tshwering EFF ko ona.